What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video for the channel on Football Science, where today's video is time for the second match day vlog on the channel. We are nearing the end of the season and ready for finals footy. And speaking of finals footy, today's game is between two clubs that will definitely be there this year. My club, the Burnie Dockers, have travelled 17 kilometres east to take on the Penguin Two Blues on their new AFL standard oval at Dole Sports Complex. Now, after last week's really close win against the Latrobe Demons, and go check out the vlog if you have not already, we sit just below Penguin after they came off a 27-point loss to the somehow still undefeated Devonport Football Club. But yeah, only just below the Two Blues on percentage. And also, today's game is a third versus fourth contest, with third having the home ground advantage, and honestly, should be a cracking contest. If you do go on to enjoy today's video and would like to see another one next week, let's hit 30 likes on this video and I'll be sure to film next week's game at our home deck. But without further ado, let's get into the action. First quarter, here we go, ladies and gents. Massive game for both clubs today. Let's see how we go. But honestly, I don't even want to talk about my abysmal performance in the first quarter, so I'm just going to skip majority of that. The ball started in Penguin's forward, and I know what you're thinking, main letters. Yes, there is a Tasmanian town called Penguin. Very small town, but they love their footy. Back to the game. Penguin had a couple opportunities to kick some goals early, but managed only just 2 points to start off the match. They had us with some high pressure early in the match, but we were eventually able to get it out of the Two Blues forward and got a couple stoppages on the grandstand side. 3 ball ups later, we got our first forward entry. I don't know where I was, but anyway, that's not important. On here, marked by Tristan. Cadell kicks it off the ground and off the side of the boot, through for a minus score. Now, just to make a long story short for the first quarter, the next 10 or so minutes was just only points for both clubs, so we'll skip all of that. So we go again, straight, handball over the top, tight on the boundary line, surely not. The ball comes back down and marked by Baz on the goal line. Should have no problems lining up for goal here, no problems. We kicked the first goal today. Now, when I said that both Burnie and Penguin kicked points for the next 10 minutes, when I really meant that was right here. So here's a quick montage of those. Siren sounds, and yes, an inaccurate first quarter to say the least, but we led at quarter time with a score of 8-5. Straight into the second quarter, and honestly, I don't even know if there's a point in showing this quarter. It was just shit. Now, you're probably wondering what was actually bad about the second quarter. Well, nothing was bad against both teams, but it was just really inaccurate. Only points were scored in the second quarter, so we're just gonna... Oh, look at that, it's half time. And we're still up. Into the third quarter now, and it started with Penguin getting a clearance and then turning it over on the forward flank. And then we had a chance to kick another as the ball gets into the 50, and that's good pressure from Mitty as the ball hits the deck. Knocked over towards Caleb, he dribbles it and it rolls through. Penguin players are saying it was touched. I have no clue if it was touched or not, but that's 2 now for the Dockers. Back into the centre it goes, and Penguin were able to clear it out again and kick the ball into the forward pocket about 30 out from goal. Then a snap kick and just outside the goal square and marked and went back and kicked a goal. So yeah, really quick response from the Two Blues there as they get the next clearance as well, but lucky for us, we got some stoppages and ball-ups about 50 out on the grandstand side. And then they were able to tap it forward, pick it up, and taken high apparently. So he's went back for the shot. He's given it a roost, but pretty sure it was touched on the line. Moments later, as the ball went back and forth towards Penguin's goal, and a couple more behinds for them, and Jesus Christ, that was close. We were able to bring the ball back into our forward line, and the ball was taken out of bounds. The ball went up again. We got a kick forward towards Minnie. Again, just couldn't take it, but he's able to run onto it. Snaps towards full forward. Dees runs onto it and kicks a goal. Our third of the game. Mitty, take a bow for that one, mate. Beautiful assist. Penguin got the clearance again, but we were able to mop the ball back up and use the scoreboard wing this time to clear it out and get a forward entry, but it was quickly taken out again. But then we got another chance to redeem ourselves, and the ball went to the 50 flank, or forward flank, I don't know why I'm saying 50 flank. Caleb takes a good grab, don't reckon he saw a target though, so he decided to go to the contest. We come away with it, handball to Louis, to Caleb, who bananas the ball towards Mitty! Oh, nearly. Picks up, handballs to Marcus, who soccers it forward, picks it up, he snaps the goal, and it's got there! Wowee, what about this? What is happening in Penguin? And look at them get around, and this is unbelievable scenes. Now, so I don't boys, I'll just summarise the remaining minutes of this quarter. I think the Two Blues got the clearance again, but went out to the wing. There's another ball up there. They kicked it forward where the ball went out again. The called a free kick and went the way of the Two Blues, but luckily he didn't make the distance and was kicked on the full after. Every play from the opposition had one of our players because of the time that was left, and that caused a stoppage 40 out from goal, and at this rate we just had to hold on to it and get the ball out as quick as possible because there was only 2 minutes left with no time on. And although we got it to the wing, it was a mark and brought back in forward, but they dropped a mark and there was another stoppage. Wait, never mind. Oh god, he's gonna... Oh god, and he's dropped it, gee whiz, that was close. Penguin had another opportunity to kick a goal, but luckily from Zeke's tap, they didn't get out of a set shot, and we were able to get the ball to the other side of the ground, but was marked with seconds remaining, and There's a siren to mark 3/4 time. Penguin 1 goal 10-16 to us who are leading with 4 goals 5-29. And I only just realised until now, that's the second week in a row we've kicked 1 goal 5 and then 3 goals 5 in the next quarter. As in score, because last week against Latrobe we had 11 at half time and then 29 at 3/4 time. But with all that, it's time for the final quarter. Can we hang on, or will Penguin come from behind and win it? Here we go. This quarter was definitely one that I'll be covering the most because it was absolutely electric. We got the first clearance, but then it was cut off at half forward. Penguin wasted no time getting the ball towards goal, and they did that. And with the call of holding the ball, when I can say if that isn't a handball, I don't know what is. They had a set shot from the pocket. Or did they? Penguin hit us hard with the pressure very early and kicked the first of the last and their second goal of the game, taking it to just a 7-point margin. And although the ball came back into our forward line and I actually got a touch, the two Blues were able to then kick it out, and on the full that is. Zeke sends it long to the hot spot and then goes to the ground. The Blues first to it, then try to get it out, but then it was marked by Tristan. He's run around to try and get some extra distance, but most of the time when people try to get that extra distance, it can always go off the side of the boot, and that is exactly what it did. And after that, it was a ball up. After many stoppages around their goals, the two Blues got it out to the wing and had a real chance as they pump it to the centre of the ground, and big puck in there. Oh, in the centre, good one, Mel. Streck got a great tackle on the wing and was deemed holding the ball. We got it to the flank again and was marked by our Penguin backman, unfortunately. They turned it over a minute later, and Baz leads out from full forward and takes a mark. Probably to end the game here, and just missing beside the right goalpost. Penguin were then able to get it out as far to their bench on the grandstand side, and the ball up was done there. Moments later, after a scrap for the ball, Louis spot up Reef and took a mark about 40 out from goal. Went back to either have a shot or look for a lead. Like so. I'm glad he didn't kick towards me because I would have f***ed it up. Smashes it to the goal square, and Cadell's been on fire today at full forward and takes another mark. Goes back and narrowly missing the goals through for a minus score again. A sloppy kick results in a ball up, tight in the left pocket. The ball was then kicked into the middle of the ground where there was another ball up there too. And then the two Blues got it inside 50, but luckily for our sakes it went out of bounds in the pocket. Boulder, handball by the two Blues back and forth, spot up a player in the boundary, somehow marked it. He's kicked it from the boundary and it's hit up a person in the goal square. Marked it full forward. Christ almighty, it's a 3-point game. You know what? I reckon it's time to put the clock on with 6 minutes to play. As the two Blues win the clearance, their pressure has been at its highest in the fourth. Ball goes sky high, hits the deck eventually. Great soccer away from Deegs. Wasn't the greatest bounce though as it goes over the top. He's dropped it, but a great tackle by Zach and deemed holding the ball. As it gets kicked out to the scoreboard side with two players on both teams going hard at the ball there. And the two Blues came away with the free kick from the umps. They find a player at half forward, then decide to kick to the hot spot. The ball's gone off screen, so we're going to lose a bit of camera footage. And it's marked by Morrow, can you believe it? Wowee, to the middle of the ground he goes, and it's... Oh wait, great hands from Stret. What just happened then? He would then choose to go right towards the scoreboard. Then the ball gets clear of the contest, kicked back inside 50, goes to ground and... holding the ball. Look, it just hasn't been our day for these free kicks. He goes back with this set shot. No decides to pass it off. And from mid-his pressure, the ball hits the deck, slapped away by Zeke, and he kicks it to the grandstand side, and the foot race is on. Who's going to win this? Marcus in the background, pushing hard to get to the ball. And which later, from a great tackle by Marcus, it goes out on the full. That is match saving there. As our captain Zeke pumps it down the line. Chance here for Baz. I'll run for it out the back. But holding the ball is the call. What? I just couldn't believe it. And Penguin are off in the background. They run it up. Got it inside 50 once more. It hits the deck and another ball up. Oh no. Kick towards goal, smothered, but kicked straight into a Penguin player, and oh, what a take from Stret, kicked away. And what should have been out of bounds, it isn't because of a stupid rule that we have in Junior Northwest Footy League. If it was kicked out and was not touched after, and it goes out of bounds, it is a free kick to the other team. To the centre of the forward line, up goes Zeke, couldn't quite complete the mark. It's brought to ground. High tackle is the call going our way. That is a massive call. Kicks to the boundary, but marked by Penguin. They kick it short, but it's sloppy. Picked up, handballs over, chucks it on the boot. Hit off the chest of Nick. They all crash down and scrap for the ball. And the ump blows his whistle and says, give it to me, boys. Tapped away in our hands, attempt to kick it away, but smothered. They are able to pick it up. He snaps her in the body. Point. Holy crap. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gents. We have 40 or so seconds left in this one. We lead by 2 points. Reese kicks it to the boundary line. Big contest, slap forward towards our goals. Near the boundary line, we need that ball to go out so it takes time off the clock. The ball is kicked out to space. I'm there running for it, but Penguin get there first, but he's bumped in the back and he falls over. No free kick, and the ball goes out of bounds with 13 seconds left. Lucky for us, it took 6 seconds for the ball to get back to the umpire. And for the second week in a row, we find a way to hang on in the dying stages. What a game of footy that was. First Latrobe last week, and it's Penguin this week. Credits to those boys for a great game of footy. And thank you guys for watching today's game day vlog. I hope you all enjoyed. If we hit 30 likes on this video, I will be sure to do another next week. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See yous.
Teamwork is the thing that counts. One for all and all for one is the way we play at Burnie. We are the